And we are live. At least I think we are. It's been a while. I took a week off, and I'm good to be back. And we're here with the stack. We've got Alocoste. I think he's actually over here. Yeah, he's over here. We've got Swiift, both of Nantes esports, and it's such a pleasure to have them today. We're on a new time. It's new for me, and I made a lot of errors with my time conversion, and I put them under a little bit of stress as I said, "Oh man, we have to start the show." So they're fresh out of their matchup tonight. And how did you guys do in that matchup? Tell me about that, Alacost.
Uh, it was all right. We had a tough time, but yeah, we are expecting to beat them soon, very soon. And I mean, it's like kind of the team just we want to beat and to get above in the very close future. But we have a new guy in your team, Charlie, and we are working a lot on it.
So I take it that you're not happy with this loss.
No, I was expecting more to be honest, because we were trained by Torin. Thanks a lot, by the way, Torin, for this. He teach us a lot of things, and we didn't put the with me we want. But yeah, I hope soon we will be able to beat them fair and correctly.
So you
We
don't
got
want to beat them
close.
unfairly. You don't want to under
I mean,
resort to. Maybe you could
I
like
mean,
wait outside
last
the.
last time we played them, it was during the Live Cup, and to be honest, I was very mad because we had like one match before them, but with everything happened, we start the match against Quackhead, and we were not warm up, and they warm up for 1 hour against Smash Dash, so we were like very cold. And when we joined the lobby, we saw that they were warming up with Smash Dash, and we're like, "Oh no, that's not good. We are so cold, and it's not good." And yeah, they beat us. So I want to take my revenge today, but it didn't happen.
Well, I have faith that you'll get this win eventually. It might take a little bit of time, or you might find it next week, but you'll get this win. And I mean, I've got Swift with me. Swift hasn't said anything yet, so let's get to Swift. How do you feel about the match today?
Yeah, so we did warm up for this one, so we did pretty good at the start. We realized that how like stacky um like we realized again before we played Alpha as our warm up game. It used to be called Alpha Ducks, and they have new players and they stack a lot. So we focused on like breaking up the stacks. We did that a lot in the game against Quackheads as well. Um, we almost pulled back the second round. We were losing by quite a few points, and then a couple 3 pointers later, we were 2 points ahead, I think, and a couple mistakes, and we lost 5 points and put us like right at the end of the game. This got another 3 pointer, which ended it. But I mean, it was a decent game. It was still a fun game. It's not like we got obliterated or anything like that, but still we could have done better. And I mean, hey, next time.
The Wolfo's got a question. He's asking, have you played Quackheads yet? So you've only played one match, two matches so far.
I mean, this season or before? Before, I think two or three match.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
and you might
Sorry,
as well
guys.
introduce what's your cat's name?
Uh, okay, it's Nazareth. So it's nothing religious. There is something behind the story, but his name is Nazareth.
Oh, all right. So, well, let's get to the questions because we can only talk so much about your cat and the name origin. But uh, so I really, really wanted to get into these questions. That one of a big question I had is because now you're on the VRML mod team, correct?
Yes.
I have to ask because half the time I forget these things. So I don't trust myself anymore. But you're on the moderator team and you have the ability to now handle moderator duties, liaise and manage and you know deal with the players on behalf of the VRML, but you have this ability to reach out to coordinate and communicate with French players and French-speaking players, whether it's players in Montreal, in Canada, or
Yes.
players in Nice, France. So you know, Echo Arena and the Echo community being such a Anglo-centric, English-dominated speaking community. Uh, what? How do you feel that you'll be able to help bring in a more inclusive environment and bring in more players? Do you feel like you have the ability to do that?
I mean, we in the past, when I joined Echo, there were French Discord because there were a few French player, but it was kind of dead because like when I came back to Echo Arena, it was me and one guy named Gluzy playing mostly. I mean, we were like the two only French guy playing these games seriously. And with the quests, a big wave of new player came up, and so I was like, okay, let's revive this Discord and to help a new French player because I know in France we are very bad with English and other foreign languages. So it's not easy for like every French to talk in English. So I like, okay, let's do a Discord, and like this there is an island for them to talk with someone with the same language. And by doing this, I also start to make coaching for new players, for French player. Like this, I can teach them everything I know. It's not like a lot, but every it's like from like the very new player until like the fresh new 50 level player. And I did it was Monday. I had like 8 guys with me, and they are very glad about this because like you can spend we are spending time with them. We are talking in French, so give them sorry the basis, and they can understand faster. They can talk also in French, so like it's good for them. The problem is when you get in the game, I saw it's that there was a lot of lost French because they're like everybody's talking in English, and when I hear French, I'm like, hey, hello, salut, and it's like, oh my god, there was a French guy here. I can talk. I can understand what you are saying. And this game, it's very, I mean, it's a lot of in English, but maybe as a tutorial, we can have like French subtitle for people only speaking in French. I mean, I don't like the fact that we push French back to them because we need to learn English. But for people that are lost, it's very good to have like some reference they can read, they can understand what's going on with the game.
Absolutely. And but by being that I'm trying to think of the term, by being that like liaison, trying to take words that aren't so French, the French and English words, but you're liaising on behalf of the VRML and on behalf of. Well, no, I don't even think that's correct. So let's just go back. But you're able to reach these players. They don't have the access. They don't have the ability to speak English because there very much is a difference between the French speaking world and the English speaking world. Very,
Mm-hmm.
very, they're two distinct cultures, and this overlap, it doesn't exist. And you're this individual able to create that overlap, able to bring the communities in, able to instruct, and that's really just going to be huge. I think for the future, that's going to be huge for expanding the European scene.
Yeah.
And I think that can't be understated. But uh, going to Swift, Swift, you're now a VRML caster. You really
Yeah.
started to shine in the end of season one, in the postseason. You've found your groove, you found your voice, and how do you feel about the future of VRML and your casting?
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to think I've got uh, enough experience with VRML to kind of talk about it, but it's given me like there's basically nothing to do right now. So and I've always been interested in like casting and commentating things. Like I've done other stuff for other games, not for like live streams, but I've always just found it interesting and fun. So I hopped onto VRML, and I mean it's been great. We have like a small community of casters, which is great to hang around with everyone, and I mean fun to cast the games as well. And I think it's even especially now with all of the new players, it's really cool to get for the newer players coming into VRML to get their games like professionally broadcasted, um, and that's kind of one of the best feelings, and being able to watch over your gameplay with someone casting it like that. It's really cool. So I'm really glad I'm able to contribute to that, and yeah, and of course there's a whole world you can go into with casting with duo. So you may have noticed like I duo a lot with Sput on casting because I mean our duo kind of just works really well. Um, so yeah, just hang around with everyone as well as it just being really fun. It's really cool.
I mean, you're the dominant caster in Europe right now. Everyone wants you to cast. Everyone's messaging you, and I mean, you were talking about that earlier. And I mean, how do you feel about that pressure? Are you enjoying it, or is it a little too much?
So it's for a very short amount of time. You may have realized that I was a coach in EU. I had to stop doing that because all of the requests I was getting for casting and stuff like that, and just with the game. So I have to balance some of my personal life, not really much going on there. My hobbies like skateboarding, which we'll get into later on, and then you've got to focus on your team. You've got to get better at the game, and then you've got to better at like focus on yourself like, in casting as well because I mean it's I love to be like the best version of myself I can be. So improving myself in all of those different areas is great. And I felt that just like being a mentor was it put so much pressure on me. I was getting Discord pings every 5 seconds. I was like, I can't deal with this anymore. So um, yeah, and I wasn't doing enough, and I was redirecting people more than anything. So there is a lot of pressure there, but on the other hand, it's really nice to be able to have stuff like this, and pressure put onto me like this, in such a time because it gives me something to do. I'm not just sat in my room going stir crazy the whole time. I have something that I have to do, and it's really good for me. I mean, because I'm quite young right now. It's I'd like to think it's great for me in the future. It opens up a lot of doors, career wise.
I mean, absolutely. You're so young that the future's ahead of you. You have the ability to make something during a time when everyone's sitting inside, they're not doing anything. So, we're so lucky to be involved with esports where everyone is, they're on their computer. They feel like they're wasting their time while we're doing something that we love. We're developing a skill. We're building our talents, and it's really great to be in this position right now because we have all the time. We don't want to have this time. This is a terrible moment in in history.
Yep.
But you know, the upside of that is that we have the ability to focus on things that we love,
Yeah,
and I'm not taking any time for granted. With all the time that I have, I'm making use of every little bit of it because I've never had this much free time.
right.
And I mean, Alicos, how do you feel about the current, global situation, your regional situation, being locked inside all the time, or having
Y-
restricted movement?
Yeah, in France, the lockdown is finished, but unfortunately, in my job, I still have no mission, so I'm still at home for now. Okay, thanks for me. I have the same salary. That's good. But yeah, I'm trying to use this time to do what I want, what I would like to do when I have like time. But mostly right now it's like to play a lot of Echo, not too much because it's exhausting. But yeah, trying to perform a lot in Echo, and I mean, it's good, but now it's like 4 months for me. I'm home. It starts to be very long. I mean, I love my job. I mean, I'm in game. I'm doing mostly what I'm doing in my job. I mean, I'm the captain of the team. I'm dealing the schedule, the scrim, everything. I mean, I would say the management. It's what I'm doing in my real job. So I like to do it. It's like that's why also I asked to join mod because it's like managing, and I know I can put on side that I'm a team player and I'm a mod, and that's cool. I mean, I can do what I'm doing in my office in the game also. I want to do some other stuff. I mean, maybe in Nantes esports, I would like to take more responsibility because it's what I love in my job, taking responsibility, managing a team. But yeah, I can focus on this because like I don't have a job to do right now.
It's and this is an interesting thing. I mean, everything we talk about is interesting in my opinion, but you know, we don't have these things from our. This isn't regular life. This isn't well. This isn't our life as it has been. This might be the new regular, and that's the thing that I think many people have to come to terms with. This is the new reality of it. But all of these, you know, things that occupied our attention, we don't have them anymore. We have to find new opportunities to stay interested, to stay engaged. Um,
Yes.
and you talk about these professional skills and how they translate to all of these other um, roles. This role in VRML as a moderator, these professional skills of management, of interpersonal skills, working with people, and you know that's the thing about helping within VRML, whether you've already had the professional skills or you're a young startup like Swift, you can develop these skills and then you can translate these skills into the professional life when you get older, or you can make things happen now. And it's just it's an amazing opportunity. VRML has in competitive gaming and esports, VR esports has enabled us to do this, and it really a spectacular thing. But I want to get back to these questions. I keep punching my microphone. This thing is breaking on me.
I mean, but look, by doing what I'm doing right now, Braz, in VIML, I would be glad to have like a management job in esports or some stuff like this. I mean, I never thought about it before, but I'm like, yeah, if one day someone, okay, can you manage this team? Do you want to do it? I would be, yeah, of course, let's do it because I love games. I love Echo Runner most, and I know that I have experience in management. I will be very glad to have a job like this. But yeah, it's still growing. So maybe one day we will have like a very professional scene in Eco Arena or VR, and I will be very glad this day.
Well, to quote Palador used a statement, rising tide lifts all the boats, and you know, and will say it, if you build it, they will come. And the thing is, we build this scene, we convey the success that we've experienced. We and the players will come, and they have. It's amazing the jump in NA, and the thing is, we have to achieve that in Europe as well. But
Yeah.
how do we how do we approach these how do we approach more players? How do we bring them into the fold? How do we make them feel like they're a part of the community? Because everyone's a part of the community, and we have to foster this inclusive environment so that no one feels left out, so that everyone has a place to feel that they have a word, that they are heard, and that they are represented. And you know it's how as we go into the future, it's how do we achieve this? And I see you, Alocoste, as one of the agents of change, the one that is able to do this. And that was a that's always been on my mind. How do we reach these other communities and how do we bridge these gaps? But talking about the other questions, I always have the life, family, sports, games balance, right?
Hmm.
And we went over COVID, but it's like that was a question I had before the lockdown, and I feel like it's always an important question. But I, like how do you make time? How do you manage your time to find time for Echo Arena?
Uh, Okay, I will say I have a wife, so I have to manage my time with according to her. So it's like more. It's like we made a deal that I have this like four 3 4 night per week to spend on game. So I'm managing to put the scrim, the match in those days, and after I have to take time for her. But it's difficult because like every time on I'm on my phone on Discord, when you are planning a scrim, planning a match, it's not like just you press a button and like okay, it's done. You have to wait for someone to answer to you. So yes, balance is pretty hard to find because I would say because of the phone. If I was just disconnected and putting my phone on side, I won't have issue to organize myself.
When you talk about managers, and as you know, this is what other teams have. This is what professional teams have. They have that one guy that says, "I know your availability,
Mhm.
and I'm going to tell you when you play, and it's going to work." And like these are the things that we don't have. And you talk about the stress or the strain, um, the added strain on the relationship. Well, not relationship, but it's so much extra stress because you have to spend so much time on Discord, constantly
Yes.
coordinating.
Yeah,
And
and when like someone at the last moment, okay, we can do this. I mean, I was used to do it in my previous job. Like I was on construction sites, and every time there was something wrong, it's like this. It's project. It's a construction sites. Every time there was something wrong, so I'm used to it. Like every time you think everything is perfect, and the moment you have to start, nope, it's not gonna happen. Find a solution, and you're like, but okay, I'm used to it. But I kind of love it because it's it's a positive stress on you.
mhm.
Like you have to find a faster solution. Okay, let's do it like this, like this, like this, and I love to do it. I mean, I changed my job to stop to do it, but right now I'm doing it a bit with Echo Arena and with the team.
Well, I mean, you seem to enjoy problem solving, and you seem to be goal oriented. You like to achieve, you like to accomplish and fix issues. And I am the
Yes.
same way. I like fixing computers. I like breaking computers so then I have something to fix. I love computers, but let's talk about managing the family balance with Swift. We know that Swift has 5 kids. He no, but I know you're growing up. You're in I don't know what's going on with you. Tell me what's going on.
So I mean, yeah, I still live with my parents. Obviously, I'm 16. Um, so one of the younger players in Echo Arena actually was probably one of the youngest until the Quest launch. Um, and I mean, it's a lot easier for me than it is for probably Alocoste or Usport because I mean, I have uh, family living in the same house as me, um, and like I'm kind of expected to do less, but um, I mean, I try to get across, uh, obviously, to my parents all the time about like how it's not just like sitting in front of a computer playing games, right? It's just it's doing improving myself essentially, um, is what it is. And since I mean, I spent a lot of time, especially on Echo. Actually, it got me back into coding applications, and I made an overlay a while back for Echo because I'm doing computer science as well uh, for college. So that helped me a fair bit, and I'm learning a lot through that. But yeah, like the family balance isn't too difficult for me. Like I don't. I mean, I don't want it to sound like I'm completely disconnected, but um,
You are lucky,
most of
by
the
the
time,
you are kind
Well,
of lucky because your parents understand what is gaming. I mean, you can say
yeah,
it because there is some parents that are like, okay, I don't understand what you are doing. I don't care. It's just a game. They can't
yeah,
understand sometimes that you have engagements with some people. You made a commitment with a team with like there is like 3 people behind you, and that's good. That the parents can understand those things.
well,
yeah,
it's such a positive community. such a good community compared to the. I mean, you want to talk about 10 years ago, 14 years ago when I was your age. I couldn't imagine. This was like 2006, and COVID happened, and like I'm sitting playing CS Source on like my old computer. Like, could you imagine if this would have happened when we were like in our teens, Alacost?
Uh, I mean, no, I don't think so because the image of gaming totally changed for 14 years. It's totally different.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, we had some esport back then, but not so much. And
Well, I don't mean in terms of esports. I mean in terms of how much that would have sucked to be 16 with like we didn't have smartphones. Like
yeah, you
like we
mean
would have been stuck
this.
inside all day. We would have had to been reading. I mean, I still read, but like we had like, can you
Well,
imagine being on
okay,
Yahoo Messenger?
2016, 2006, we could play some games. So it wasn't like the 80s. So chill out.
I mean, come on, but the games like CS Source, I've been playing that like getting yelled at by everybody. Like it wasn't as toxic as some of the games now, but I mean VR, all this other stuff. Like there's so much more entertainment nowadays and things to
Yeah,
do.
I mean, like
Mhm.
if I would spend this lockdown on a pancake game, I would be crazy because I feel that I have to move. Like I'm feeling like okay, I need to do VR. I'm done with pancake game right now. I need to do something else. And VR is helping you like it's helping you to move first. It's helping you like you can feel more people. I mean, TeamSpeak is a first step to to feel that someone is with you. But VR, you have the feeling to be with someone, even you are in a game, and that's very good for the spirits.
Absolutely. I mean, to have that, the sense of physical presence, to have that, you know, to feel like you're next to someone, I mean, VR is so much more intimate than people imagine it can be because you can see the body language of the person. You know, if you say something and makes someone uncomfortable, you'll see them cross their arms, you'll see their shoulders tense, and that's something that's, people don't understand it until they see it, until they really feel it, and that sense of presence is just unrivaled. It really is comforting, and in a time like this when everyone's so isolated, it really is a powerful thing. But let's talk about, what attracted you guys to Echo Arena? How did you find Echo Arena? Like, what? I always love to ask this question. I want to go to you, Alacost. How did you find it? When did you find that spark?
Okay, it will be easy one. Okay, I first I test Oculus when I was in Japan. I was in Japan. I met my sister friend. She was over there, and we visited her apartment. And she said, "I have an Oculus," and I was like, "Okay, I never test a VR. Show me." I test some game, super art, some stuff like this. And so I asked my wife for 1 year, "Can I get an Oculus, please?" I finally got it for my birthday. And the first game I installed it was Echo Arena. The first game. I installed it, I played it, and when I started the game, someone was talking to me. I thought it was an IA, and I was like, "Is this the IA?" I was like, "Are you a guy?" And he was, "Yeah, I'm a guy." I was like, "Oh fuck!" I thought you were a robot, an IA. I don't know. And it started to show me everything, the basics, how to boost, to grab, and to throw the disc. And at this moment, I saw that I was able to talk with people directly like this. I was like, okay, this game, I will spend hours, a lot of hours on it. It's so addict because you can feel people with you. It's basically easy game to play after hard to master. And I'm not a sport. I mean, I'm not a like. I was not that sportive guy, but I was like, okay, I will spend a lot of time, a lot of sweat on this game. It's so cool. I mean, you don't have like a quest to achieve, but you know that there was this guy. I want to beat this guy. I want to beat him. So every time you want to beat the next guy, and that's yeah, endless story.
I mean, that's competition. That's real sports, and you know,
Y-
I don't remember how I found Echo Arena. but I know that I found it and I was crawling around in the lobby and just kind of like laughing, like, "Oh my God, look at this!" And just like, "This is amazing. This is amazing." It's like people like, you know that there's a game. Like no one even told me that there was a game. Like I'm just crawling around the lobby, like this is awesome. But like I was throwing like a frisbee until like I was level 50, and then I saw someone throw it like I saw someone that actually like throw it with like form, and I was like, "Oh wait, that's how you're supposed to do it." Like no one
That's
told me. So, uh, yeah, it's amazing to have all these community members who are like, "Hey, you want to help? You want some help?" Because I remember how difficult that process was. Like I was eating shit every day in pubs. Every day. I was just getting wrecked and no one was telling me what to do. And now we have all these community members. And, I want to get to Swift. Like what was the process like for you? Like when did you
So
join?
yeah, so VR was a complete impulse buy on my part. I had never tried it before I bought an Oculus Rift. Um, I tried going to VR arcades. They got shut down for my birthday. So I was like, oh, fucking, I can't do this. So um, oh my God, I don't even remember now. I think it was 2018 Christmas. I got an Oculus Rift. I bought it for £280 or something like that used. Um, and I traveled like forever to get it. It was like 2 hours away in the car because it was like the only shop that had it like that cheap. Because I'm a cheap guy, obviously. Because I'm. Uh, but yeah, and then I was immediately like, oh my God, I'm so glad I bought this. It's first one of my room was way smaller, so the well, my room didn't get bigger, but I took out a lot of stuff so I could basically just for this game, uh, funnily enough. So I got into Beat Saber because my friend introduced me to it, and I was like, oh hell yeah, that's really sick. So I started playing Beat Saber. I got to like top 300 UK or something, um, which I mean, depending on who you talk to, is kind of good. Okay.
I think that's pretty
Um,
cool.
yeah.
but uh, and then one day when my friend came over to LAN, I was just setting up loads of like Oculus stuff downstairs, and I was looking in the store for free VR games because you don't come across good free get VR games very often. So and I got recommended Echo VR. I was like, that looks pretty damn cool for a free game. So I started it and I went through the tutorial, and when my friend was like on his way there, and I was like, this is really cool. And then like I knew immediately that the moment that he left, I was just gonna get on and grind the game, and that's kind of been it ever since then. I mean, um, I still play like Pavlov occasionally, but by far and away the game I play most often now is Echo Arena, and I got reeled in by people like Ramus and Viatrex back then that introduced me to um, the EU Scrim community um, and get in touch with some more experienced players. So although I never got like coach necessarily the lower level, it's really cool to have the community just be focused on teaching the lower levels stuff to get up to their level. I mean, you'll see games all the time. I'm just gonna name drop League of Legends. Okay, you can't start like League of Legends expecting um, everyone else to kind of help you in that game because it's kind of you kind of got to find your own way, or you've got to get taught from someone who already knows, because it's gotten to the point where like people almost don't want you to get better at the game if you're because the community is already so big that they don't see the um, implications of having new people come into the game. But whereas Echo is, or I guess was, like a year ago, a pretty small game. Every new player absolutely counts, and I think that was really cool to kind of get brought up by the community. And obviously, and then I got picked up by Fusion. Actually, interesting story. Um, so I joined the Discord. Viatrex introduced me to their Discord because actually, funnily enough, linking it back to the casting. Well, I didn't cast their game, but I cammed it. I was like spectating the game, streamed it for them. And then after that, two of the players dropped out, and I replaced somebody. I think it was Ninja Knight or Emil. I don't remember who it was. I replaced somebody, because I was just in their Discord. I happened to be in their Discord, and they were like, "You want to sub?" I was like, "Hell yeah!" Because this was last September, I think, and I was
Yeah.
just so down to get into the game. And obviously, um, I mean, since then, me and Alocoste I've never played a competitive Echo Arena without Alocoste on the roster. So, I mean, it's great.
No, but that's you develop these friendships. You develop long-lasting friendships, and you develop this camaraderie through teamship. I don't know, being teammates, but it's it's really something special. And I've I miss my former teammates. I've got Far and Chad. I miss the last episode I talked about how I miss playing with Wolf, and every one of my teammates I miss playing with. There isn't somebody I don't miss playing with, and you know the, it's a moment. Everything is a moment, and you got to enjoy the moments that you have. But uh, I did want to say I think that one of the reasons Echo Arena is so great, and thank God it's free. It's free because if it wasn't free, people wouldn't be so readily banned for misconduct. I think that's one of the things. The thing that's with it being free, you can get banned. You do one thing of misconduct, they don't have to give you three chances. Like you don't
Yeah,
Yeah.
no. You can just get. I think that's also like the reason I look at like Valorant, another model that actually has a decent community. And I think they have a decent community because you have one incident of misconduct, you just get banned. Like they don't screw around. And I'm kind of when it comes to online games, I'm kind of for like an authoritarian, like strong-handed measure. It's like just ban them. Like, but it definitely keeps Echo a much cleaner and more, you know, nicer community. But looking at going back to the questions because I got all the questions. So I know that Alicos, you said that you didn't play many sports, or you never consider yourself a sportsman.
Uh, I mean, I play some soccer for you,
Yeah.
North America guys. I played some soccer when I was very young, some basketball, but due to my studies, I was moving around a lot. I didn't have very time out. I mean, I could have done some sport, but it was like very hard for my planning. I was young, so if I would have to do sport when I was in high school and after, it would be like pain for me. But no, but one day, back in the past, I lost a lot of weight, and I start 1 year. I was very sportive. I was like doing jogging, squash, swimming, a lot of stuff. And right now, I want to go back to this, but I need to lose some weight first before it. I mean, I was very sportive until I met my wife. I mean, I had a very strict diet, and she came back with her pasta and soft stuff like this. Um, I mean, I will be sportive. I can be sportive. Like I don't feel I can play a lot of VR. I mean, it's not sports, but when you see how you are sweating, how you can feel your body after it, it's definitely kind of sports. I
It's
mean,
sports. It's sport.
from
It's sports. You gotta.
we
It's
we don't sit on the chair just moving like this. I mean, I
if
can't move so much because I will punch my walls, but we are sweating so much. So it's kind of for me, it's like between sport and esports.
if if curling. You know the sport curling.
Yeah, it's
If
called a sport.
curling, if curling is a sport, if curling, if you can get a gold medal in the Winter Olympics for reducing ice by friction and then allowing a stone slab to travel over it and then trying to that if that's a goddamn sport, then Echo Arena is a sport and give me my goddamn gold medal. But no, no, no.
That's true. That's true.
um, but Echo. I have to say there should be no doubt that Echo Arena is a sport. Um, and I feel like half of my podcast is fighting that stigma. Um, uh, if pool is a sport, if well, I don't know
chess.
if well no chess isn't a sport. I had an argument. Well, I had a lively debate. I think that's a good middle. Yeah, lively debate where I talked to this individual and they were like, chess is a sport, and I'm like, well, I don't really consider Gary Kasparov beating IBM Deep Blue, a computer, to be a sport. I mean, it's definitely like, and she's like, no, that's a sport, and I was like, okay, and they made some good points, and I made some good points about physicality, but you know, I still don't think it's a sport, but that's up for debate. But typically, many of the things I've seen, someone said, "Hey, that's my favorite Olympic sport." Walker Noble coming in through. I haven't been reading the chat much, but yeah, if curling is a sport, if throwing those what's the thing with the bullseye darts? You know darts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If that's a sport,
And there was archery also. I mean, archery can be physical, but it's more about aiming and concentration. To be honest, I did some archery when I was in engineering school. It was a lot about self-control, bracing, aiming. It's not there was nothing physical, to be honest, but it is a sport. It is in the Olympic Games.
well, I mean, did you ever use a non? Because you probably use a compound bow, right? Compound
I was
bow.
using a basic one, not a compound. Yeah, no, I was using a basic one.
The basic ones do require a lot more strength and skill.
I mean, it's less powerful, so you have to take in consideration a lot of stuff. I mean, it's not that powerful, so you have to take in consideration the distance, how much the hour will drop, some stuff like this.
I did archery. I went to a summer camp and I hated horses and I didn't want to do anything with the horses, so I took archery. And I it's all like I never handled a bow and like all the other kids are like, yeah, I've done archery all the time, like my father, blah blah blah. And I'm like, okay, like you got guns, but no, but uh, we're doing archery and given a kid like me, I was like maybe 14, horrible attention span, a recurve bow, that's it, a recurve bow.
Yeah.
Uh, Giving a kid a bow and arrow was a terrible idea. There were many times that I should have never fired or never released that bow. And someone's like walking down the range and someone's like, "Get him the fuck out of here." So there was like at least one of those times. Um, because they, they, but archery is fun. I definitely consider archery to be a sport. But you talk about, that's strength, that's conditioning. In Echo Arena, you have strength, you have conditioning, you have that mechanical ability. It's mechanical ability, form, and I'm a big opponent of third-party grips, especially the ones where you wrap your hand down on them.
Hmm.
Because I think that grip strength and form are an important part of Echo Arena and developing that grip strength so that you don't like just whip your arm. Because I think whipping your arm to throw the disc and relying on the I know someone's like LOL what? Someone's like whipping your arm and relying on the grip to keep the grip and the string to keep it the control in your hand is unfair. But I'm a purist. I'm a purist about everything. So uh and if you're throwing if you're throwing a ball in baseball, you're developing that grip strength. And
Yep.
a grip strength is you need the grip strength to be able to stabilize your arm, stabilize the ball. Um, so punching walls, someone's like punching walls. Um, but no, uh,
Wolfo.
and then someone coming in with Nina. Okay,
It's
now I'm reading too much
it's my
chat.
wife.
Oh,
It's my
all
wife.
right. Well, I don't think that works. I think you're already married.
Uh,
I think
we are, it's my I mean we are like civil. It's
oh,
not
civil partnership. Oh,
exactly.
yeah. So why don't you? Is that the proposal? Why don't you marry her now?
Wait,
Why don't you
that's
marry? What do you say to that? What do you say to
the
that?
second time she does it to me.
She's got a good sense of humor. Uh, but no love or swear. Okay,
Too
okay,
much.
okay, okay. Back to the questions before. before the chat totally derails this. Okay, so how do you how do you feel about how do you feel about esports and sports? You know, how can this? We talked about it earlier, professional skills, but how can VRML and everything? How do you think that can professionally and personally benefit people? Uh, how do you what do you feel, Alocoste?
Um,
The benefit of sports, the personal life, the
to
well-being.
sports. I think there was a lot of about. I mean, when you have like a very busy life, like your job is stressful, etc., it's very good for people to jogging. So sport is helping you to just to think about yourself, to be you are in a bubble. It's just you. You have to think about yourself, what you are doing, and what you have to do. So sport is like a break for you and to break for you from like your professional life, maybe your family life also. And also you can like put objective on your skills you have to develop. And yeah, for me it's like something helping you in your in your life, like you are making break and you are like objective for yourself more on except I mean outside of family and professional life.
Definitely, and we look at Swift, because you don't have the ability to compete in sports right now. Like if
Right.
so this is a lot of athletes, they're in their prime right now, and they're saying, I've been training 2 years for an Olympics that's not going to happen, and they don't have these avenues to play anymore, and uh, chat going crazy with the emotes. So how like do you feel that VR esports is a good outlet for you? That you have this because you've been skateboarding, you've been
Yeah.
trying to stay active, and your options are so limited.
Right. Yeah. So, well, a lot of Echo, it, if you take away the physicality of it, which there's a lot of, and you sweat and it's tiring, sometimes if you're playing for extended periods of time, if you're playing for cups. But another way it greatly benefits you is mentally, because you have to deal with having teammates exactly like you would in a sport. You have to deal with communicating with everybody exactly like you would in a sport, and keeping your composure and not being completely toxic to the other team is also a big part of sports. And I feel like um, that that is something that you can work on. But whether you think Echo is a sport or not, which I mean, I personally think it is, um, but you can't deny that it has exactly the same, or it develops in a person the exact same things that a sport does. Um, so for me personally, it's been great. And interacting with people outside of like my sphere, because I've always been an introvert. So it's greatly helped with that as well. Um, and in real life interactions and stuff also helps with that a great deal. But yeah, it's greatly benefited me, and it's given me something to work on. Um, because I've never really been a sporty person, like ever. I used to do a bit of football, and yes, it is football, back in the day, and and well, and not for a very long time, and I found it like kind of boring, really. Uh, whereas as esports and VR sports, um, I love games where so I played a lot of like getting a little bit off topic, but I've played a lot of Counter Strike. I played a lot of Rocket League, um, and uh, things all of these games have in common is it's not your character that's leveling up. You don't get better as a character. You get better as a person, and you train yourself to get better at the game. Doesn't matter how uh, much time you've put into leveling up your character. Doesn't matter if someone started before you. If you put in more work than someone else, you'll get better than them. And having that mentality is it's really cool for someone that's not exactly very active in real life.
Well, you talk about being introverted, and I never would have guessed that. I mean, we started off with a friendship. You kind of fell into this groove in VRL, excuse me, VRML, and we were casting, and I'm just yelling at you, more energy, and no, and it the next week you came back and you had that energy and you found that stride, and it's you know all these interactions, all of these things working towards something. The benefit, personally, professionally, developmentally, is there. It's there for everyone, and it's there through good interaction, through working towards goals, and sports allow that. The sports, you continually working to a goal. And now that I don't play anymore, I have to work to other goals. I have to set these other goals. But we're all trying to push forward, and we're all learning something from it. And it's really an amazing thing. And being there for you while you were were growing as a caster was amazing. And that brought me, a sense of pride, and it it's been amazing to watch it happen. But that's the thing about sports, and when
Yeah.
it just it can't, like another thing, it
I'm
can't be understated.
I mean, I'm kind of guy. I'm like kind of raging on games. I mean, I have this from my dad.
Hmm.
I mean, like, and when I was younger, when I was playing PlayStation, something, I broke some controllers because I was like raging on it. But since I'm playing Echo Arena in a team, I'm trying to keep. I mean, trying. I think mostly of the time I'm good with it. I'm trying to keep my composure with them because I don't want to take them down in my bad mood because I don't like to lose. And I work since I'm playing Arena. I worked a lot on this. I mean, I didn't recognize myself. I'm like, whoa, bags. I mean, in other game, I would like lose myself because I would be mad, fucking mad about it. And with them, I'm trying to say, okay, if I start to be very mad, they will be mad. We will lose everything. So I'm controlling myself a lot since I'm playing Arena with them.
And I'm a very emotional, passionate player. I completely understand that. I
Yeah.
People are like, oh, emotion, oh, passion. That it's a sport, and I go fucking crazy.
Same.
And that's one of the beauties of it. I'm very much like, once you leave the court, it's over. But that sense of intensity is just unrivaled. Uh, and I never it got so much with other games, but Echo Arena, yeah. So like other games, I kind of get pissed off, but Echo Arena, I'm like in it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I was the guy. I really like John McEnroe, a tennis player. I broke a few tennis rackets on a tennis court in a match. I was that guy who just shattered a fucking tennis racket. I lost the qualifiers on like a guy that the guy cheated. So I was like, and I'm like looking at the ref. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like I was heated. I'm like 17 years old, and this guy's like 40, and he's like just chilling because they pay him like $7.50 an hour. That like the guy's just like chilling, and I'm like, this is what I've been working for months. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Look, like I'm not gonna try and not curse because this is how it was. And I remember taking a tennis racket and just shattering it on the court. And yeah, they were like, "Yo, that guy." But that you get involved with it. You feel like you're denied uh, these opportunities, but the passion's there, and I've had it with sports my whole life, and yeah, that's a. So I mean, I never broke controllers, but I did break expensive tennis rackets. So.
For me, it's always been
Yeah.
nice.
Same for me when I was in college. No, not college for you. It's mid school. I mean,
Middle
like
school.
every month, my mom was, why you're. I was playing why I was playing badminton. Why it is broken again? I was, oh, I don't know. It fall on the floor and something wrong happened. But it's just because I was raging. I was like, oh no.
And
Uh,
I mean, it's it's really a thing, and you know, I should have gotten better at this years ago, but now now I'm finally getting better at it as I get older. But you know, it's really an interesting component, and I know that we've talked about. I think Vanquish saying he's broken 4 sets of controllers. I think that's just because they stopped working, right? I know
I
there's
mean,
that clip of that one guy who gets ducked and he slams his headset on the ground. You never saw this is I can't show it on the stream because it's not a good look. But uh
I think I've seen it. Yeah.
I
you
mean,
saw that? Like this is like early Echo Arena and he just takes it and and you can see like you can see the components like fly up into the frame from his feet. And oh man, I do as we're getting close to the far as if you can link me and I'll show it. I don't know if I should. Yeah, I said fuck enough, so it should, might as well show it.
I
Um,
remember someone in your team back then, like sometimes when he missed an obvious shot, I was every time afraid that he was broken his headset. I don't know if Swift we remember. Few times up and you can hear the headset taking out and just swan somewhere, but you were like hoping, please don't don't break it on the floor. Please don't do it right now.
Oh, I've broken my Oculus headphones before doing that. Yeah.
oh, I have never, when I first got my headset, I sat on it and broke it. Uh, and
Oh,
like I just wasn't paying attention, and I'm pretty ADD, and I just sat on it and broke it. And I'm calling Oculus, and I'm like, well, I'm messaging them, and they're like, "How did you break it?" And I'm like, "I sat on it." Like I didn't even like pull any punches. I was like, I sat on it. It's broken. This is like a week after getting it. So they're like, all right, ship it back. And they covered it. Then I was like, I love Oculus.
Oh,
I mean,
you're
Oculus.
lucky.
I'm
that
gonna
was
name my first kid Oculus,
that
and he's
was
gonna hate me forever. But
yeah.
no, I know you got some videos. You sent me a video the other day, Swift, because I want to show some media. Because we started this late. This has been a good episode. I've enjoyed this a lot. I enjoy every episode. But as I punch my fucking mic, um, uh, yeah, I know you have that video. Um,
Sent
you have
you a
any?
lot of videos.
You guys got any media for me? Beans in the computer. Someone put beans in my computer.
I'm gonna be straight up with you. My computer screen's completely black. My graphics card is the fans are fully spinning and my display is black. I'm completely off my other computer right now, but I can still hear and talk.
Oh, so someone really did put beans in your computer.
Someone did put
Show
beans in my
show
computer.
the
Yeah.
kickflip. All right, come here. You
I've
gotta see
landed
something. I've never seen this before in my whole life.
I've landed a
I-
few kickflips
Is that
now.
food? This is food. This is beans.
I love this clip.
Where did you post it? I have to find it.
I wish
Video.
I wish I could see.
Oh, I got some. Might as well show this. Get me the. Well, his computer isn't working. Oh, I found
I
it.
can put this. I can launch Discord on my other computer actually.
I will. I will. So let's. Oh, it's coming through on my speakers. Let me fix that. And this is my up deck broke. So we're gonna go to the partial screen, and we're here. And
I love this video.
so I think everyone is working. Everything is working because I. So let's go to this beautiful, beautiful heel flip. So this is what you've been doing since
Yeah.
but this is a progression. You've been doing this like it's 100 failures and then a bunch of like you've found success. Like it's
Right.
this development. You're like, well, I've got nothing else to do. Yeah, I'm gonna go and just do something. And that's like resiliency in the face of this crisis. Just doing,
Yeah.
staying in motion, continuing to do things. See, Jason,
It's
you got
like
wait. See, Jason, you got demodded. We'll talk about this afterwards. But varial kickflip. I mean, and you have all like you have these tips, and this is
yeah. I if you can't tell in the video, it's like 11 p.m. or something. So like and I landed primo. Yeah, that's bad. Yeah, it's
look at this. Bobby Knight throws chairs. Find me another. Find me I know you got some more stuff. Let me find it while I throw this Bobby Knight. You want to talk about sports?
Technical against the bench and against Bob
And,
Knight.
I can't right now, but I'm.
Steve Reed, an excellent free
I
throw
can
shooter,
probably
will
see
have
this
before.
the honors shooting the technicals.
I haven't.
Bobby Knight just threw his chair clear across the free throw lane.
He didn't agree with the ref's ruling, so he just.
And I think Fred Jackson.
That's the beautiful, the elegant Bobby Knight.
I want to be this type of coach.
Yeah, this is exactly what I'm
Yeah.
talking about. This is my
Now
passion.
Fred
Like,
Jaspers is called for
this is
athletic director Ralph
like
Floyd.
doing like you're the
Fred
biggest
Jasper's
advocate for
talking
your
to-
players. Like you you bleed for your players, and that's the type of he got ejected from that game. But you don't agree with the ruling. It's sports. It's, let me see. You have to have another video.
Okay. Most of them are on either Instagram or Twitter.
Okay, we're gonna. If you get me one more video in the next 60 seconds, I can show it. I'm gonna cut back to broadcast screen. But we're back.
Oh right, yeah. This is the one I landed on stream a few days ago. And
Skateboarding how to almost miss the first week of the IML.
Yeah. But yeah, I gotta show you more. I got more clips of famous athletes really acting out of anger.
I mean, he was
frustration.
about to injure himself on the skateboard. I broke my tiny toe by taking batteries for my Oculus.
Oh yeah.
So
We're gonna cut back to the partial screen.
yeah, I broke my tiny. I wasn't able to play VIML for 3 weeks due to this.
Yeah, I'm lucky that the only thing I ever did was sit on my headset. That's shameful. Because my fat ass broke it.
But yeah, I don't know if
What are these
yeah,
pants? What are these pants? What are these pants?
I'm wearing practically the same thing right now.
Oh, that was
But,
nice. Yeah, but are those pajama pants? They look
No,
they look like
they're
comfy
joggers.
nurses pants.
They're
Like,
joggers. They look like blue because of the lighting, but they're like white. I don't know. You can't really see. But yeah, I wear
I gotta get me a
joggers a
pair of
lot. I
those.
hate jeans because they they rub up against my skin. I hate that.
I'm not even wearing pants right now.
That's weird. Oh shit!
Stand
That's
up.
awkward, buddy.
I'm kidding. I got khakis on. No, but we have this video and this development of your stream. You've been working on this stream. You've been working on
This
this. That's awful. I did this to her. Hi, this is Sputnik over and welcome to the sack. Woo, but let's go. Let's look at this one. You really like these pants.
Yeah. No, I have like 100 pairs of these pants.
But you have this dual camera setup. And you see this development of your stream, like as you can see like the progression as you continue working on it, and you're working on. It's so nice to see all of these things. It's this culmination of all your talents, and you're just continually building it. But
Yeah, streaming is another like really big outlet that I've kind of developed during COVID, and I guess before it as well. I was still kind of into it, but I've learned a lot through, and I know you have as well, Spot. Like you learn so much when you get into streaming, and
What a-
it goes hand in hand with casting and stuff like that
What
as
about
well.
that streamable? You have that unfinished video.
Oh,
Maybe I'll
we
tease
could show,
that.
we can tease that, yeah.
All right, so we have this, and then I think we'll cut back to the broadcast screen, and I will do the outro. But this wonderful video. I don't know if my computer's lagging, or if that's the way you.
That's the way I edited the
Okay.
video. I can't hear the audio right now. I don't know if the stream can hear, but
Oh, the stream can hear the audio.
yeah,
Dang.
should be fine with it. I don't know because I can't like the computer's fault. This is a really cool way I've found to record the game as well, is to connect as a spectator and then go into first person view. This is what I did right here. That's why I look so smooth. Spectator mode, and you go first person and it like smooths it out. This obviously isn't, but and I'm probably out of sync with stream watching.
No,
stream
but
that,
it's still. I mean, you don't need to be like right on point with all your feedback.
And I've learned a lot from video editing. I've been doing YouTube stuff for quite a while before I got into Echo as well. Like I played Armor and CS, stuff like that. Plenty of content to make about all that. So yeah, I mean, originally my YouTube channel was gonna be like a tech YouTube channel, and like reviewing all sorts of like everything I got, I just like review it. But like I found out eventually that wasn't gonna work because I got a new piece of technology once every like 6 months because I'm broke, and well, I'm broke as an individual, I guess, not as. But yeah, anyway, that wasn't really gonna work, so I transitioned into like gaming content again, and I've produced quite a few videos at this point for Echo, but I like improving myself in so many areas, and I mean, really, getting into Echo kind of made me get back into YouTube a little bit, and and relearn all of the skills. And it really gives like perspective when you see other people's videos, how much effort really has been put into them, because you can just tell by looking, and when you come across a good video, you know, which I think is really cool.
Yeah, and I've been video editing a lot. I don't really focus on perfection. I just focus on getting it done, which really seems not to be the best strategy. But I like what you've done, and I really like this video. I like the track too. But I think that we'll end this episode of the Sack. Need to put pants on. I like how it took a second for that joke to sink in. It's awful. Okay, but I mean, I've really enjoyed this episode. I thought that we've really touched on a lot of good stuff, and I'm just so happy to have had Alocoste and Swiift of Nantes esports. And as I
Thank you,
punch my
buddy.
microphone, but yeah, do you guys have any last words before I end it?
Thank you for this, Sputnik. It's a very good experience for me, and for Swift, I think so also. And yeah, but see you guys in VRML, and I hope we can meet one day in LAN, buddy.
It'll be the VLAN, the virtual LAN, where we're
Oh
all
yeah.
in VR chat.
Like real LAN,
I mean,
like somewhere.
is it not a real LAN if I'm in an anime suit cheering on Echo Arena and I'm like 2 feet tall? I mean, come on, that's real to me. No, but
That's good.
Ask Lilrad.
That's really what.
I'll have to have him on the show soon. I love Little Rad. But no, it's been a pleasure, and I've enjoyed doing this episode, and I thank everyone for tuning in, whether it's late in the evening in Europe, whether it's sometime, I don't know, in Australia, or whether it's the afternoon in North America, thank you for tuning in. And if I have South American viewers, cool. Tell me. So you're in the same time zone too. And yeah, so thank you all for watching, and have a rest of your days. Hope it's great because I don't have a time to say. Bye.
Bye bye, guys.
Shall we not call quits and start again?
You're very puzzling, Mr. Darcy. At this moment, it's difficult to believe that you're so proud.
At this moment, it's difficult to believe that you are so prejudiced. Shall we not call quits and start again? Yours.